Hi everyone. So I'm just showing everyone a beautiful view because this is something I honestly do for me. This is something I try to do at least two. It's not a big place, it's a little park and shit, but we have nature, and that's where I did my little ritual for the moon. They're fixing on that side, that's where I like to go, so I'm on this side now. But it's very nice and it's very relaxing. I kid you guys not. You see the birds, you hear the birds, I see crows, there's ducks. I am not complaining. So let's get to the point. The reason I'm making this video basically is to talk about attachment issues. I already did my meditation, so here's my mess. And I also did a little bit of THC. When I get here, I do something that is called grounding. I do that every morning regardless if I don't come to Mother Nature. But this is more like one-on-one grounding with earth itself. Those are some of the things I've learned myself. Sorry for my hair, but it's gonna go crazy and shit. So anyways, I'm gonna do my YouTube before I go to work, because after this I'm going to work back to reality. But I love doing this. So it's like I finished my therapy. Carla's therapy was like switch, so I have time for me and to be able to share some love, to share some joy and some advice for people out there. Attachment issues. So basically I would say that started because I wasn't raised by my mom, because of the abandonment. When I subconsciously, I had to learn to do things on my own and to be more courageous and to be more outgoing and to be able to not be shy. I was very internal, like all my life. I kind of keep all my thoughts inside my head, and this is the first time in my life that I'm going through everything. Okay, I'm going through childhood. When I started my meditation, it started with a meditation called the sacral chakra, which is basically your lower area. It's in between your stomach, and the back part of where the spine finishes. And that's basically when you're born. Oh, a crow. Hi. Since you're 7 years old. So basically that's all the childhood issues that you have. And I have started analyzing everything, and I noticed because after my trust issues and being rejected, I kind of ended up with guys that I was like, oh my god, what choices am I making in guys? What am I attracting? And I need to start being more aware, and that's where I've been at. So this person, we would text for a while, and then I was annoying because I like annoying people, but I just do that because I just like to bug. If I like you as a friend, I'm gonna be funny too, but I like them more than that. But anyways, he's like, oh my god, he's like, you're so cool, but you're very clingy. That I was like, okay, let me swallow this. And I've been thinking back of my behavior. I started analyzing me. I was like, I'm not gonna criticize him because he's responsible for him, but my behavior when I was acting towards him is when I was like, oh my god, like I like attention. I like basically for him to answer back to me. And I started noticing that even one day I called and I wanted to talk to him because he was really cool and shit. And he said he was watching TV, and he said, don't call me. He said, I'm watching TV. So I kind of felt like, oh, okay. So I kind of clicked, and I was like, he said he was busy. That kind of shit hurt, but I come to understanding now that I was like, okay, maybe I am annoying or maybe I'm not. But then I also started thinking, and I said, okay, wait, back it up. That could be also my attachment issues right there too. Because maybe sometimes I think that, like I said, and I said before, every single person is their own universe. Okay, and what I have learned to do is set this about myself. Okay, I have my own issues, and sometimes I do need to feel kind of close to somebody, but sometimes I also need to think about them. They need their space. People have their own universe and they have their own issues. And I think unless you don't communicate clearly, and you don't set boundaries, there's days that I honestly don't want to go out. And I didn't do that before. Honestly, I didn't. I was always around people, and when I didn't have people, I felt alone. Now I don't feel like that no more. I feel so happy. I'm okay with being by myself. I don't need to have people around me, and I just proved myself that if I want to go out, I don't need to be with nobody. I got this. I went to the spa thing with my day when I did my CBD, my THC. I invited 5 people, okay, because I was feeling lonely, but then I was like, fuck that shit. No more people. You don't need nobody. You got this, Jessica. And it was a completely new environment, and I was by myself. But today when I was talking to the therapist, I told her it felt really good. So I got into the point that I don't need nobody to go with me. I don't need nobody to tell me that I'm okay. I don't need for nobody to tell me, you know, where my mind is right or not. Because I finally think that I got this. You know, I try to really take care of me every single day, emotionally, physically, and as well in every single way spiritually. Spirituality has become a big deal to me, and it's basically has given me the strength to trust in myself, to believe in myself, and to become the best version for me every single day, because I want a better life for my kids. I don't want to deal with no more having to depend on anyone else. I am responsible for me. You know, emotionally, before I wanted to depend on somebody else. Yeah, you know, today my therapist even asked me, she's like, you don't talk about any guys, are you dating anyone? I'm like, no. And I found out I had a stalker. I don't want to talk about that because I kind of told this person, like, I know you're around. I knew you were around. I told them I just needed to get the confirmation, and I've been asking for clarity. So everything I've asked, you know, I just want you to know that I live with my family. I live with my 2 girls, and I'm divinely guided and I'm divinely protected. I told them I'm very spiritual, and I kind of told them, like, you know, and he's called and text, but I'm like, whatever. But he's cool. He's a friend, you know. If anything, I encourage him for growth, you know. He's going to school, you know, and he has a kid and he's able to see his kid. So I told him, I'm happy for you. Many blessings, dude. I'm like, keep him flowing. It just hadn't happened because I guess he moved to houses down by my house, and I was like, oh. But other than that, I mean, I'm being myself alive, trying to fix my life, trying not to get attached to anything. I come to realize that nothing in life is permanent. The only thing that is permanent is every single thought, and every single day you're allowed to continue making better choices for yourself. You know, no overthinking, no more stress, no more anxiety. It's like, I kid you guys not, like, my attachment issues had me to the point that I was like an overthinker, and I would like, I don't know, how can I say it? I needed that connection with somebody. I needed to have somebody, or somebody to tell me, oh, I'm pretty, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. Honestly, the only time I look at myself in the mirror is just to put makeup, so it will look okay. Then throughout the day, if I'm like half of the makeup is gone, or my hair is looking all weird, or I'm on a mode, I'm moving, I don't care. It's like, people are very superficial. This is just an avatar that God gave me, and I gotta deal with it because it is what it is. But other than that, I think everybody inside is beautiful. Everybody's fucking amazing. You're in charge of what you do with your life, you know. And once you start being aware of, you know, how your behavior works and how you are, you start, like, you know, letting go of all those issues. But first of all, you need to be aware. You know, I started noticing that my attachment issues came from birth, because I didn't have my mom and my dad, so I needed to kind of have like some kind of security. But once I said that I'm secure by myself, I got this by myself, you know, I don't need nobody else, you know, to be right there for me or to help me some kind of way. The people that have been there for me, if anything, I felt used and I felt mistreated and I felt disrespected. So it's like, I'm setting boundaries with everyone that comes around me in any type of way, even my kids, even Sasha. I'm like, we're not gonna do this thing that we don't communicate. Mom is very fucking internal. I told her, let me tell you this and shit. You said that I'm talking to you, but I don't see you sometimes acknowledging me. That's kind of disrespectful to me. But you say you're multitask. So okay, I respect that part. You know, I'm internal, I'm fucking multitask, you're internal too, and you fucking pay attention as whatever you're doing. I respect that. And it's like, communication honestly is the key when it comes to flowing through life. You know, I tell her too, you know, I tell my kids about my YouTube channel, I tell my kids about my meditation, I tell my kids about let's go for a run, I tell my kids want to go to the gym. You know, I miss Carla, you know, she's not with me, but she's gonna come back. And I know that because we're creating a whole new world. And that's basically what I think, you know, when it comes to life. Most of the issues that we have, it either comes from childhood or it comes from other relationships. Sometimes we even learn from other people, you know, like, what can I say? Controlling issues. That's going to be one of the other things I'm also going to talk about. My ex was controlling, so it turned me extra super fucking controlling, because I wanted to attach to an outcome where I would say, like, oh, even though he hits me, and even though he's mean, and even though he this and he disrespects me, I was so attached to him that would allow him to do that. And in my head, I would think, oh, I'm gonna be able to change him. But I never actually, I mean, I did try to talk to him, but we never really communicated, and that actually was like really bad. It was just mostly sex. And yeah, he was the first, so I was lost, kind of dumb and stupid and controlled, you know. And that gave me my attachment issue. I was attached to an outcome or just the sexual intercourse we used to have as a couple, and it ended up turning into disrespectful and like losing myself and a lot of things, you know. As human beings, sometimes we don't realize, because why? It's like a chain. I was telling my therapist today, I told her I'm glad that I'm able to acknowledge and I'm aware of all the things and all the patterns and things that I'm going through. I go like that because now when he calls and he tries to fight, I just kind of like brush it off. I'm tired of fighting. I am tired of fighting. I'm tired of drama. I'm tired of screaming. You see this? Let me search it up. I'm a free bird. I'm here flowing. I'm blessed. I'm gonna do what God asked me to do. I'm gonna speak my truth. I'm gonna say my side of the story. I wish everyone I met in life a peaceful life, for them to become the best version for themselves, to be able to fly very fucking high and be fucking amazing. That's what I want from any human being that I met in my life. Become the best version for yourself. Acknowledge how beautiful you are inside. Be free like a bird. You know, do something that relaxes you. Let go of all the stress and all the baggage we had from the past. You know, one by one, I'm letting go of them with them. And every single one of them, they're non-existent, because now I'm throwing myself into the unknown. My attachment issues, gone. My rejection issues, gone. I'm just flying. I'm just flowing. I'm blessed. Why would I complain of being like that? Free like a bird in a beautiful place. Work out. I meditate. I stay in my lane. I try to grow. And it has nothing to do with a positive mind. It's about doing the things every single day. Positive mind starts everything. Everything actually started when I started working out. Once I started working out, you know, I started thinking. I'm an overthinker, so it's like thinking and thinking and thinking. And I found a guy in Instagram that I didn't know how to meditate. You know, I was like, how the fuck do I meditate? I'm like, how the fuck do I put my mind, because I was thinking of a lot of shit. Now I only think what I want to think. I'm like reprogramming my mind, of changing the perception of what I really, really, really want to do. And it's like, there's a lot of things that I want to do. Is this a YouTube channel? I want to help everybody to be able to see how beautiful you are. You don't need to depend on no motherfucker. You depend on you. God gave you all the power. We just need to go inside, and then you figure all that shit out. Once you know exactly what your problems are and what your issues are, you just kind of flow. Nobody's gonna believe it if they hear me for the first time. Trust me and believe me. Anybody wants to meditate and want to get the shit started, we could go from there. Okay? So, but first of all, you need to put your feet on the ground. You know, stop overthinking about things that are going on. I mean, it's kind of hard. You know, I'm not going to deny it. But once you start meditating daily, it turns into a routine. I wake up every day 3, sometimes 4 o'clock. And now I understand why, because I need to meditate. See, I start one where I do feel good life. Then I do the grounding, even if I'm not at, you know, at earth and things like that. But grounding basically means to be here present as a human being, to be responsible for. You have to do your job and things like that. But even those things will start changing. Like your jobs, your family, the people you hang around, everything starts changing once you start that. So once you acknowledge and you go through your issues, trust me, it's a whole new world. Then after I do my meditation, I meditate that, I do the grounding, then I do another one for activating my light, because it's like this little light of mine that I have inside my heart, and everything I've learned, I'm gonna share it for everybody to be able to see how beautiful they are. Attachment issues, please brush them off. Non-existent. Become you. Become the beautiful you are inside of you. Nobody have to tell you that. Trust me, once you're there, it's like, sometimes I think I'm going crazy in my head, but sometimes I say, why? It has been working for me. Even though I don't know where I was leading since the beginning, it led me to being happy. It led me to be able to forget about my attachment issues. It led me to be able to let go of the past. It led me to be able to be happy and be able to give my time this flexibility. I did my counseling. You know, Carla's going to have her counseling, and I communicated with her therapist already. Your life, things kind of start falling into place. And it's beautiful. Why? Because you start finding how beautiful you are inside. You start taking charge of your life. You know, you don't just sit around and say, oh, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. But it also takes some action, you know, like even little by little. start eating healthier too, my mind started changing differently. We need to share more positivity out there. You know, we need to be able to show one another how beautiful you are. Each one teach one another. When you know better, you do better. And you don't start creating, you know, kids that basically are not aware, and they end up being attached because we as parents are not doing the right proper job, you know, or we don't reject our kids, or, you know, think about it. I mean, we're gracing generations. We're not just gonna have kids and throw them out there. Each one teach one another. Why? Because when you know better, you do better, and you find how fucking beautiful and powerful you are. Okay, and you let go of the past. That's how it is. So much love, light, and peace. Don't forget to love yourself. Do something for you. I already done my YouTube, and this is much love. Honestly, this makes me happy, just being here and being able to share my thoughts. It's gonna be going to the right person at the right time. Bye.